Welcome to A Taste of AZ podcast. Before we jump into today's episode, we want to invite you to grab your tickets to our upcoming festival on January 31st. Head to atasteofaz.com right now to grab your tickets, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe to our email newsletter, subscribe to our magazine, and check out some of our recent articles. Now, let's get into today's episode.
This weekend, we probably spent, I would say, close to 10 hours plus just learning about the whole scuba trade, and this weekend it's our final test to get our certification.
Basically.
Dang.
Yeah.
So that wasn't just a joke. You weren't just saying, hey, scuba. Like, no,
That's what
man,
they teach you.
Yeah.
So we learned like a few hand signs. This is like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
This is, I'm not okay.
So I just want
This is like low on air. This is, I'm cold.
yeah.
So if you guys are watching, we're rolling now, guys. We're rolling. I had to start recording here. If you're not watching the video on YouTube, make sure you do that, because otherwise you won't know those secret gestures. You know, which I like it. Like okay is the okay symbol.
Yeah.
Not okay is like the throat thing.
Because
It's like
you
most
can't
basic.
talk underwater.
Yeah.
Which if you didn't know that, you can't talk underwater. So you have to like communicate through symbols.
Dude, we're a
And hand
minute in,
signs.
and the knowledge you guys are dropping already. Jeez.
Crazy.
It just goes to show our personality, man. It's
Yeah.
like talking about scuba now.
I love it. I love it. Well, dudes, thanks for having me in. Love the office. I know this is not going to be the office for long, right?
Yeah.
You guys you're not going to keep this one, right? You're actually moving locations.
Moving locations, entirely.
Yeah. So I'm here with the founders of Welcome to Arizona. You guys are kicking ass
Thank you,
in
man.
the state, bringing some much-deserved attention to everything in Arizona with some really badass content.
Thank
and
you.
so much more than that. So thanks for having me in.
Thank you, Eric. I know our mutual friend Eric brought us together, and I know we've been kind of talking, not like getting this podcast going, and it finally is coming to life. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited to just dive into so many topics and get to know each other a little bit more.
For sure.
Absolutely. And you guys talked about, you said you've always got the ideas of expanding the social media and stuff and
Yeah.
podcasts. So maybe this will inspire you to do a podcast.
Man, just seeing your setup, for sure, very inspiring, but also intimidating, because I'm like, seems like a lot of work. I mean, you make it look easy, Eric.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, like 600 plus episodes recorded on this device here. It's rolling now, right? That is intimidating looking. I understand how to use about 0.5% of this machine right here. That's all I need to know. So, if you guys ever want to start a podcast, let us know. We'd be happy to help you get that. Get that.
I mean, you got step one right? It's recording, so
I think so, right? Is there a red dot on over there? Yeah. I can't see the whole screen. You can see me, David, right?
Yeah,
In
yes,
there?
I can.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Right. No, this is great. I'm really excited to kind of dig into what you guys are doing because I feel we have some things in common, many things in common, but one thing is the professional look of what you guys do. With us, a lot of people think, oh, they're this big, huge organization, right? And you guys have a good sized team, but you guys are working your asses off to make this happen. So the image of Welcome to Arizona is it's incredible. And so I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say here, but
I kind of get what you're saying, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, especially I think it gets enhanced more on social media. Like everything's about optics. Like,
yeah,
the content needs to look a certain way. The copy needs to read a certain way for people to, I guess, take you seriously and not be like, oh, okay, well, this is just some kids having fun, right? Like, now we're at a level where we're working with these major brands. Like, they want to see, okay, if I'm on this page, is it going to help our image or hurt our image?
sure.
And so every piece of content now runs through a whole process, where before it was like, we're just posting whatever.
Yeah.
And man, it's kind of crazy, which we can get into all that.
For sure. Well, let's meet you guys first. So introduce yourself and what is your role with Welcome to Arizona?
Yeah, hey guys. My name is David Vicente. I am one of the co-founders of Welcome to Arizona. I guess my day-to-day, outside of putting out fires every single day, Eric, if I'm being honest, is just more head of brand partnerships.
Okay.
So what that kind of entails is I am pretty much meeting with potential clients pretty much every single day, talking through some brand strategy with them, how our brands might align as well, and then just kind of relaying my notes to my team, to my creative team, making sure that that brand is going to be getting either the return on investment or the value that they're kind of seeking from us. And that's more or less my day to day.
Yeah. Well, that's funny you say that because that's what I was just telling you. Right?
Yes,
that's
exactly.
As I'm discovering my role, I saw the little smile on his face. Now I understand why. That's your role, right? Like the as we call it, the chief rainmaker, right? With Midday Squares. A shout out to them. I mean, they don't know who we are, but they will one day.
Yep. No, David makes it rain, man.
Yeah.
He's basically our top salesman, which obviously I feel like salesman is a derogatory term because he does so much more than that.
Sure.
But dude, David's been leading the charge when it comes to like partnerships we were talking about this the other week, like 4 years now. Exactly. You're going on to your fifth year?
Full time, and we'll dive into the history of Welcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 years now, full time, heading into my 5th year next year.
Okay.
But you should probably dive into what you do, man.
Who's this guy?
Yeah,
what do you
do? Hey everyone, my name's Jesus Vicente. So if you guys don't know, me and David are brothers.
Yep.
Also one of the co-founders of Welcome to Arizona. And my official title at Welcome is Chief Media Officer. So for the longest time, I was helping basically just produce all the content on the page. So from conceptualizing to filming to even editing a lot of the content. Now we have a full team of just incredibly talented people who we depend on for all the amazing content you see on the channels. But right now, my current goal is to just expand the brand. Expand the brand, find new platforms where we can publish our content, and even strategize just how we continue telling the story of Arizona.
Sure.
There's so many, I feel like, places out there that we haven't touched, and the more we expand, the more I want to just bring more light on those stories and those unique locations, because man, there's a ton. We've been doing this for almost 10 years and we still have not tapped into everything that should be tapped into. So that's a lot of my day-to-day is that.
Sure. Okay. I dig it. I did 10 years. Dang. Congratulations, guys.
I know most of the time when people say that, they're like a lot older than we are. But me personally, I think social media is such a young man's sport.
Sure.
That by now it seems like we're like the veterans, and I mean, it's always ever evolving. Like now you have kids doing social media and
they're
incredible.
Good.
And they're very
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like my daughter, I have an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old. 13-year-old is very analog. Like if she could, she would have a Razor phone. She wants to have a VHS player. So I mean, she digs. She likes her phone and stuff. But my 13-year-old's or my 11-year-old's all about the social media. And you see her and her friends as they're using stuff and viewing stuff. Even their movements are different. Like they're just integrated with it. And as a parent, it's kind of scary, but it's also she's going to work for us pretty within a couple of years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's that idea of different generations, right? Millennials or, Gen Zs. But the newer generation, I think they're Generation Alpha. Alpha, I believe. And I actually went through a ChatGPT synopsis of hey, can you tell me the characteristics of, Generation Alpha? And it pretty much tells you that they're, like you said, merged into one. Technology and them, it's synonymous pretty much. Yeah. And for us, I'm not sure what your age is, Eric, and we don't have to expose you too much.
I'll be 47. I'm not afraid to say it.
But I'm 31, and I am technically a millennial, so I got to see life before technology was fully ingrained into our life, and now it's fully ingrained into my life. So I think I got the best of both worlds.
Yep.
With the new generation, they don't
can't fathom the fact that there was one day that we didn't have these phones. I graduated in 1997 and our internet was dial up and it was the websites were just ridiculous. And so, they just can't fathom. They're wait, what? How did you listen to music? And I'm I had a ton of CDs,
the CD players, and then they became portable, so you would carry them with your little headphones.
Yeah, my daughter has it. My 13-year-old
the
has
Walkmans.
one little Walkman.
Oh, Walkmans, yeah.
And I wish I wouldn't have thrown. I had a whole big, one of those big heavy books of CDs, and they were all scratched up and stuff. This was 5 8 years ago, and I threw them in the garbage. And she was now, a couple months ago, she's like, "What the hell were you doing?" Like, I would have listened. I'm like, they wouldn't have played anyways. You would have got frustrated. But yeah, same. Like, it's interesting that I mean, even my generation of, my wife and I talk about that. She's 42 now, 42. I'm 47. And we were both, right? So through high school and stuff, we didn't really have the reliance on the internet and all that wasn't as heavy as it is now, but now we've seen that integration. So, but yeah, the younger generation, man, they're good.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, and something about me and my brother that I feel like, in a way, gave us the upper hand when we were starting Welcome is like we grew up consuming YouTube videos. So like we would consume YouTube videos day and night, and then eventually we started making our own. And so at 12, 13 years old, we were already in Premiere Pro editing content that we wanted to just like throw out there for our friends to watch. But dude, it was like a life-changing decision. Now looking back at it all these years later, like, oh man, I was learning a skill set and I didn't even know I was going to use it 5-8 years down the road on like a brand that I didn't even know I was building.
Yeah. I love it. Well, so you guys you're from Arizona?
Yes. So we were born in California, but then we moved down here when I was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So me and my brother are only pretty much like a year apart,
Okay.
a year and some change. But from there, we pretty much stayed here our whole life. And now I'm 31, my brother's 30. So we kind of technically consider Arizona home. I don't know anything else about California, and our brand is all about Arizona. So
for sure,
we kind of champion the state that we're from.
Yeah. I love it. Well, what was the path before you guys started Welcome to Arizona? Like, did you have a career path as far as it? Like me, like I had like 20 jobs between like 20 and 25. So it was 38 until I started kind of thinking what I was going to. So did you guys either of you have anything that like, I'm going to do this? Yeah.
So I think early on, our parents very much ingrained into us that education was number one for us to exceed in life.
Yeah.
They didn't really have education growing up, so for them that was everything. We could do whatever we wanted. It's just you just get your degree.
Yeah.
And so we went to ASU, and I was studying at that time. I went to the School of Business, so I studied information systems.
Okay.
That's kind of what my degree was. My brother was also in the School of Business.
Correct. Yeah, I was studying finance.
Okay.
And we both graduated from ASU. So
yeah, we graduated from ASU, went the whole corporate route. But funny enough, in the midst of us going to college, I just had this crazy idea and I think I read it from a Grant Cardone book, or a Warren Buffett book. And one of the key ideas from that book that I got was find someone that's doing what you want to do in life. And I'd rather work for someone for free just to teach me that than get paid millions of dollars to do something I don't want to do in my life.
I like that.
So I randomly found a mentor that had a creative studio, technically. And I told my brother about this. It's like, hey, we're just going to go one day randomly, knock on his door, and we're going to just ask him for a job. And technically, that's what we did. I think it was like a Saturday or Sunday. We went over to his studio, knocked on his door, and we said, hey, you have two capable young men, and we want to work for free.
Young, handsome men.
and he wasn't dumb, so he was like, 2 for the price of 1?
Yeah.
I'll do it. And that's kind of
for the price of none.
Yeah.
There was no pay.
No pay at all, Eric. And yeah, he was cool enough to open his doors and kind of teach us the trade. He was doing not only social media, but he was doing affiliate marketing. He was doing merch. So he was designing merch. He was doing audio. So again, a full creative studio.
Yeah.
And he said
to us, he was like a god, man. He had everything we envisioned for our life too.
Yeah. So for 3-4 months, one summer, we pretty much went every day after school and just started working for this guy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we ended up knowing not only how to run social media, but also knowing, hey, you can actually make a living off of this.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's kind of where Welcome to Arizona was kind of emerged from there.
What kind of work was he having you guys do? Just whatever needed done, or
Yeah, basically managing his brands that he was building through Instagram. And he was like,
Yep.
hey, here, I'm just going to give you these accounts. You're going to do this, this, and that every day. So kind of learning just like the process of
sure.
publishing content, scripting, outreach, doing that. And then on the side, he would also have us do like YouTube videos also. We were doing
Right.
like YouTube content.
Yeah,
from-
so we started creating our own show on YouTube called Glad Studios, I believe, or
Yeah.
Gad Studios.
Gad.
Okay.
And there were like short, quick bites on news about the industry, whether it's like, hey, Chris Brown is in jail again.
Yeah.
You might be able to see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're all
Just
gonna
like
look up
exposing us.
Sports, entertainment, gossip, just like whatever we came up with. He's
Yeah.
like, just produce it. Like
All
he was
music.
very much
You're saying this was all music industry stuff?
no,
Or
it-
just anything.
Just pop culture,
just pop
Okay.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
celebrity gossip. And he pretty much was telling us to build these personas to just,
Say wild shit.
say like just pretty much say some wildish things, and it's like you guys need to create engagement.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first time for us that we kind of understood these personified personalities that
Of
we can
yourselves.
of ourselves, that we can
Yeah.
just pretend that we believe this thing and is gonna get clicks.
Yeah.
And that's the way the cookie crumbled for
Yeah,
us.
pretty much.
That's interesting. That's interesting advice too. There's a book, I can't remember the name of it, but the guy's name's Todd Herman, and he was like a sports psychologist. And he worked a lot with Kobe Bryant, but I can't remember. It's a something effect, but basically it's like you're creating a not a nemesis, but like an alter ego. That's what it is, the alter
Okay.
ego effect. And so for him to tell you, like, bring on these personas, like, like an amplified version of yourself, right?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think for like you said something very interesting, I think, when we were setting up, that sometimes for you the universe kind of puts certain people in your path.
Yep.
And for me, I always felt as a young age like God, the universe, whatever you guys believe in, put certain interests into my life. So one of those big interests growing up was like wrestling,
Okay.
like entertainment, like WWE, WWF, Raw. So me and my brother were like some of the biggest wrestling fans ever. And in wrestling, that's kind of what draws you in, right? It's like these big personas, The
Sure.
Rock, Hulk Hogan. And in a way, sometimes you believe that that's actually who they really are, and that person behind that is kind of like their alter ego,
For sure.
right? It's like
Yeah.
Batman and Bruce Wayne, who's
Yeah.
really him. I think it's more of Batman than Bruce Wayne himself.
I like that. Yeah.
So in a way, that's kind of what, in my mind, that's how I kind of structured it. I'm like, okay, maybe this is who I really am rather than a shell of myself.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think I drove that point when I was kind of creating this Welcome to Arizona branding. It's like, all right, well, if I was, I don't know, 30-year-old David, and at the time I think I was like 22, 23, I was like, what type of branding would I aspire to read
Yeah.
or like? So I kind of like, in a way, I felt like I time traveled in a way in order for us to build a very cool brand like Welcome to Arizona.
It's interesting.
like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Have you
cool.
ever heard that perspective of his before?
Yeah, I've thought that same thing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already think that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Man, you guys, right out the gate, you guys get it, and you got it, right? If I would have known as much as you guys did at the age you were, I might have never moved to Arizona. I might have never failed in Ohio to push me out to this. But no, that's incredible for you guys to have the parents to say, hey, education is crucial, right? And college is fun too, right?
College is fun.
It's a good time.
good time.
And then to have that mentor, somebody to mentor you to kind of not only like say, hey, to say this or to read this, but to be like, do this. Now you're in the actual work of it. you
Yeah,
know?
man. More than anything, I think even beyond the skill set, he just ingrained that mentality in us of like just
Sure.
hustle
Yeah.
every day. I I think one time we even caught him sleeping in his own studio.
Yeah.
Like, oh damn, this guy's sleeping here. Like he literally just does this every day.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been very easy for us to be like, man, that doesn't even sound cool, like sleeping in the studio. But no, we thought the opposite. Like, dude, how cool is that?
Yeah.
He gets to sleep here.
Yeah.
That was really
Not
cool.
that he has to sleep here. He gets to
Yeah,
sleep
he
here.
gets to sleep. True, yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So where did the seed for Welcome to Arizona begin? Like when did that start to kind of take shape?
So we took a birthday trip for my birthday. I forgot. I think it might have been my 21st birthday.
I think it was, yeah.
21st, 22nd
21st.
birthday. And that's kind of where the concept of Welcome to Arizona grew. I won't lie. The idea obviously always flourishes. It was never supposed to be like this big thing. It was just one kind of like luck in a way that out of all the 10 ideas that we were trying to do in college, this was the one that pretty much got enough water that it blossomed.
Yeah.
But initially it was just supposed to be this kind of like, think of Yellow Pages. I know for the youngins, they might not even know what the Yellow Pages are, right?
For sure.
But it's kind of like a directory for pretty much anything around your city or your state. So that's kind of the idea I was trying to come up with Welcome to Arizona. I told my brother, we're going to create this directory of like all types of local businesses. And since at that time we didn't have any experience creating websites or anything on the web, I was like, well, Instagram's there. It's free. Let's just push that. And the idea was technically for us to create this directory for us to have like relationships with every business that we put on there.
Okay.
In hopes that we get to pitch them like marketing services.
Sure. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's
like running their social media or helping to email newsletters, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of taking what we learned from our mentor and just applying it to like businesses out here.
Okay.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like we said, okay, let's do it. And that's kind of what we did. Sooner rather than later, started kind of just switching into us kind of just highlighting things to do more or less.
Okay.
So we stopped going for the directory route and we went more for like, we'll just post cool events coming up in the valley, restaurants, and then you can probably touch on early day of welcomes after that.
Well, that was pretty much it. Like we were running with that idea. Let's just post like things to do. Back then, the whole industry was like very tiny. There was only like a handful of creators out here in Phoenix.
What year was this approximately?
This was approximately like 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 2016, 2017. We like had done it for a full year. Like let's post every single day and see what happens, right? And then at the end of that year, we had accumulated a whopping 600 followers on Instagram, which was to us like, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, those small wins, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what motivated us early on. We're like, holy crap, we have 200 followers now. And mind you, I think at the time, like AZ Foodie or Visit Phoenix.
Yeah, Visit Phoenix, Instagram AZ, which rest in peace.
Instagram AZ, I think Phoenix Igers or Igers.
Igers Phoenix, rest in peace.
It was probably like six accounts that were probably crossing over like 30,000 followers at that point.
And they were huge, like to us, like, oh man, imagine if we were as big as them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what a lot of people don't know is after that year, we kind of did it for a few more months and then we took like a break. We took like a 6 to 8 month pause on that because we were like, well, we got to rethink this whole strategy, you know.
Yeah.
Something like 600 followers is cool, but like at that point we were broke and my parents were like, well, you guys need to get your real jobs. Like, this is not good. This is not a real job.
We were living at home. And we were just so against going into corporate because we saw corporate, Eric, as like pretty much like that's the end all be all for my creativity.
Okay.
Like I go into corporate, that creative
which
child.
It's not unless you're doing something that is just like, this is just cash grab for me. Like I'm doing this just for money and not because I actually enjoy it, which that's what we were doing.
Yeah. We were chasing kind of like a bag or chasing, money.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then my parents were like, "Yeah, you guys need to go to corporate."
But Ma, we have 600 followers.
I know.
And they, I mean, even to this day, they're kind of aware of like, okay, you guys are having like this online business, but they're still not like, okay, well, how does it work, right?
Yeah.
They just know, okay, well, they're not doing drugs, so that's good.
Right. Got a pros and cons list. Pros, not doing drugs.
Not
All right,
doing
cool.
drugs.
Yeah.
Number 2, no tattoos. You guys are winning in life. And I'm like, all right.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up going to corporate. I ended up getting a corporate job at U-Haul.
Okay.
Shout out U-Haul for
Yeah.
giving me my house.
Yeah.
They offer great services.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to corporate for U-Haul. I worked there for 5 years, up into
Damn, was it 5 years?
5 years? Yeah, 2021.
Smokes.
Yeah, so
Through
you're-
2021?
So you were right. I
Yeah.
got my corporate job in 2026 or
Yeah.
2016. Worked there for 5 years, and in 2021, I jumped ship full time at Welcome.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know what you.
Well, anyways, back to the point of the story. Like, it took us a really long time to build up any sort of like revenue from Instagram, because back then there was really no marketplace for this. So
Sure. Yeah.
we went into our corporate jobs. I actually started working at a nonprofit here. Like, actually, it's near here. It's called Chicanos por la Causa. I was in their finance department, and at this point, we still didn't know, man, is Welcome going to pan out or not? So we went the corporate route, started making a little bit of money, and then I started getting the itch again to like start Welcome to Arizona up again, because I was like, man, there's something here. Like, I just felt an itch. And I don't know what it was, the universe, God, something called me back. And I was like, I think I was just sitting having dinner, and I told my brother, I think I'm just going to start posting again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I need something to do,
Yeah.
because corporate is like just weighing me down. I don't have passion for this, but I have passion for this little side project, and what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Well, fast forward, like, this was 2018, so the page had existed for like 3 years. We've been working on it for like 2 at that point, and we finally somehow managed to reach like 10,000 followers, bro. And at 10,000 followers, that's when the first business reached out and said, hey, I want you guys to come into my business and do a post for me. Like, how much would you guys charge?
Yeah.
And to us, like, after that, everything changed. That's when the light bulb moment happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you actually have a bit, like, you're not having a cold call and put, like, go out, like, they came to you. Mm-hmm. That's a big sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could tell them the story.
And that was a big sign. I think for us too, and maybe everyone feels it this way too, Eric, is that the moment you make, and at that time, right, I think entrepreneurship wasn't this glorified job.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays, like self-help books, YouTube personalities, whatever, sometimes I feel like they glorify entrepreneurship.
Yep.
But I always kind of knew in my mind, I was like, the moment you make money online, your first dollar, it's like a life-changing moment, because you're like, all right, if I can make $1, I can make $100.
Like, get that shit framed.
I can make that.
Yeah.
I can make that 1,000. That's kind of just the way my mind worked.
Yeah.
So I think, it was like a 3D Golf. Shout out 3D Golf. They reached out and they said, how much would you charge? And we didn't know. We weren't even charging back then. So I talked to my brother and I was like, hey, how much should we charge? He's like, I don't know, like $50. And I said, let's do 100. The salesperson in me, right?
Yeah.
So I told them $100. He said, okay, when can you guys come? And I was just ecstatic.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, we're going to make $100 cash.
Huge.
Yeah.
So we went, I think it was in Chandler.
Dude, we showed up, and up to this point, a lot of our content was kind of just like resharing.
Okay.
Like, obviously we were getting like permission to reshare content, but when we showed up to this business, we're like, guys, we actually have to shoot this now. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And mind you, Instagram back then videos weren't allowed. It was strictly just photos.
That's right. Yeah.
So we were just reposting photos back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Photos, flyers. Engagement was crap. So I was like, well, I guess we're going to have to shoot this ourselves, and whoever sees.
Yeah.
So we shot that with an iPhone
Yeah.
at the time. And mind you, it was an iPhone, probably iPhone 8 or something. So you can only imagine the quality that we captured. And yeah, we shot it within like an hour, and we got paid $100, like $100 bill.
Cash money, baby.
A quick reminder to head to atasteofaz.com and get your tickets to our upcoming Food and Drink Festival on January 31st. Subscribe to our email newsletter and our magazine. Now let's get right back into the episode.
That's awesome, though. I mean, so, that's what, I mean, I could just tell the conversation we had before we even started is like, you guys really appreciate every step along the way, right? So, we tend to be like, it's $100, you know, where you're like, it's $100, dude. Like that's a great energy to have going into building something. So, you talk about luck. Luck is obviously a big part of success, I think, but energy too, right? Your guys' energy and attitude. I mean, I could tell you got it,
dude. When you like spend every waking hour like just grinding on the stuff you're passionate about, luck seems to strike pretty often. So I don't know. I think there's something to that.
For sure. I love it. So, all right. So now you guys are broke again after the night at Hooters, right?
Damn. Back to
the grind
board. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that sparked something, right? It sparked something like, oh shit, like there's a demand for this.
Well,
right.
I used to tell my brother all the time, man, once we hit 10,000 followers, everything's going to change. Like, I don't know why I said that, but it really did change. Like from 0 to 10,000 followers, from 0 followers to 10,000 followers, man, that took like an eternity. But from like 10,000 to 50,000, man, that went like that.
Okay.
Like we just.
Yeah. Oops, sorry about that.
You?
Yeah. Oh, you're good. You got a meeting? What's more important than a taste of his podcast?
How dare you?
Sorry about that.
No, yeah, like 10,000 to 50,000 like happened so fast, and at that point, dude, I was already done with corporate America. Like I was burnt out. I used to come home, complain to my brother because we were roommates. We were roommates for like 8 years.
Okay.
So not only were we living together, we were building our business together, doing pretty much everything together. And I would come home and just complain, man, I hate it so much. Like this isn't for me. So one day I wouldn't say I went in to my boss's. He actually called me in. He brought me in.
They brought you in.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, I need to have a conversation with you. And I was like, okay, not really knowing what was up. But then he kind of told me, I've been hearing rumblings that you have something happening on the side. And Jesus, I know you. I know you're capable of doing this job and even doing more. But you need to also make a choice because you can't keep doing both. And I feel like that was kind of my fork in the road moment. Like,
sure.
Am I going to continue doing this finance job where the money's good, but my passion isn't there, or just kind of take the leap? And he told me that, like, I need you to take the weekend. This was like a Friday afternoon. Take the weekend to think about it. And on Monday, you're going to come and give me your choice, like of what you want to do with your life. And I'll never forget this. The last thing he told me was, I'll tell you this, like life is too short to spend it doing something that you don't enjoy. And he left me with that. Literally thought about it for like 2 days. And then on Friday, the last thing before I left work that day, I just told him, hey, I thought about it and I'm going to put my 2 weeks in and I'm going to go full time on this thing. Man, and that was like the scariest decision I've ever made in my life, bro, because it was basically just like safety net was off. I'm just going to go full into welcome and it's basically do or die.
Yeah.
But I feel like I needed to make that choice for myself to be like, hey, well, if you really believe in this thing, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Because I was like a big talker at my job. I would tell like my friend who was still my good friend to this day, but he was my closest coworker, man, I'm not going to be here long.
Yeah.
Like, I have big plans for my
we
life.
got 50,000 followers.
I know, cocky, super cocky.
Yeah, literally, I was telling him like 50,000 followers. I'm getting paid.
No wonder it went back to your boss, man.
Dude, clearly. But man, I was a big talker, so it was literally like, all right, either do it or just shut up because you're probably annoying everybody. But yeah, man, 3 months. This was November 2019.
Okay.
3 months later, the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
shut. Well, not everything, but like pretty much everyone's budget
For sure. Oh yeah.
Tightened up.
Budget was
Yeah, no one wanted to spend
Dude.
on anything,
Yeah.
especially not
Social media.
social media that at the time was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm screwed.
But you probably wouldn't have changed it. Like you
Exactly.
go back now, right?
No, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Like for that full year, luckily, dude, I had my brother and then our third business partner, Luis, who kind of talked me off the ledge a little bit because I was debating going back to corporate.
Okay.
I was like, maybe I should just go back, you know?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I mean, when the pandemic hit.
When the pandemic
Yeah.
hit. And they kind of talked me off the ledge. They were like, no, I think you should just keep going. Like, just keep going. Like, there's something here.
Yeah.
You got this. So they give me like that pep talk, that motivation to like just keep going. And luckily, during that full year, that's when TikTok kind of started blowing up because
Okay.
everyone was just indoors on social media, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So for that full year, I just dedicated myself to learning TikTok. Like,
Okay.
I kind of brushed off my editing skills. I went back to Premiere, like, okay, what's happening here? I studied the algorithm on TikTok, what's going on there. I started to see more accounts, more creators like start to come up.
On TikTok.
And like, yeah, they were
Yeah.
producing really good content. So I was like, okay, like, yeah, there is something here. Like, something's happening here. Like, the landscape is changing. And yeah, from that full year, we went from like, I think 80,000 followers to like over 150 in that 1 year
On Instagram.
on
Yeah.
Instagram.
We-
And then
I
on
think we
TikTok,
did double it. We doubled
on
it.
TikTok, I think in like 3 months, we had like 70,000 followers on TikTok. Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like we were just
Dang.
blowing up.
And like content that you guys were creating and sharing, or was it mostly like
Mostly us creating.
Mostly us
Yeah.
creating at that point.
So
yeah.
at that point, we were just going to restaurants, going to events, and just shooting everything ourselves
Yeah.
and editing ourselves. And looking back, I think that was probably like one of the hardest years that me and my brother both worked on the brand.
Okay.
Because everything
Yeah.
was literally just me and him, and we would spend hours. Like our old house, we created our own, even like our own little studio. We
Mhm.
bought PCs, and we would just grind out like till like 1 or 2 in the morning, just on content.
Yeah, whenever we were not working on content, we were just like hitting people up, blowing them up. Like, hey, let's work, let's collaborate. Like,
Yeah.
we
Nice.
really learned a lot in that 1 year, like business, sales, marketing, content creation,
Yeah.
storytelling. Like, dude, it was sick.
Everything. And then end of 2020, that's when my brother was like, all right, now I need you. Like, now I need you to quit. We have
Yeah.
too
I
much
was like,
work.
Dave, we need to have a serious talk.
The
Yeah,
Godfather.
You need to quit.
The Godfather
See you
comes
in
in.
the studio. Yeah, we need to see you in the studio.
Yeah, and then literally 3 months after that, I quit. I quit my job and I went full time into Welcome. And since 2021 till now, every year has always been, I don't know, like doubling our following, but also in terms of like revenue, it's always been like a 30% every year, like growth.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
from there, we started like having enough money for us to start getting offices, start getting employees, and now kind of taking a back seat from doing the day to day to now more of like, all right, how are we going to expand this business? All right, what
Mhm.
are the different avenues that we can create for
Yeah.
this business? And like I said, it's a lot more different, and those small wins, in a way, sometimes don't mean as much as they once did. You
Sure.
know? And things just start changing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nowadays, you come in the office and say, "Hey, dude, I just sold $100 package." You're like, "What the hell, dude? $100? Like,
Yeah, that's it.
What'd you sell them? Sticker?" Yeah. But no, that's great though. Like it keeps you grounded, right? It keeps you like, what is the core of what we're doing, right? Yeah. I mean, it's been incredible to watch you guys grow over the years, and then I met you guys a couple times. I think we met at the it was at the Foodist Awards.
Food is.
That's where I think I met you guys, right? And maybe
That's
it was
right.
Devour too. Yeah, but a few times. But it's just so cool to see real people behind these brands that are just so good, and the content you guys create is incredible.
Thank you, Eric.
I mean, is that you two basically going around the state with your cameras and capturing all the content, or do you have? How does that all work?
Good
Yeah,
question.
so-
I'll let you handle this, man. Yeah.
No, for the longest time, that was pretty much it. Like
Okay.
me and my brother coming up with like all the content. We would come up with the ideas.
Like, let's go to this trailhead in Sedona. and
Yeah.
get some content.
Yeah, no, we have like a love for travel. Like we love traveling mostly in state because like when we were broke college kids, that's all we could afford.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like that's how we grew to love Arizona for how awesome it is, how much you can like see in one day, and even if you wanted to like take a road trip, like Flagstaff, 2 hours away, you can come back the same day, and you feel like you've been to a whole different state. So that developed our love for Arizona, and then once we started like hiring more videographers, like we kind of just ingrained that same love in them.
Okay.
To want to go out and explore, and like what we have right now is so cool because we have now our employees coming to us and saying, hey, we should go to this place and film content.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much what we do. Like I would say me and my brother are very lucky in that sense where we kind of get to pick and choose our projects at this point. But yeah, I think that's how it all kind of started, unless I'm missing something.
No, I think you're right there. So a little bit more the specifics. Like we have probably like 4 content creators that we pretty much more or less depend on or trust, to deliver good visuals. And then once they go out and shoot, some of them do edit their own content based off our feedback, or we bring it all in house and we kind of just work on it in terms of like, okay, what's the story we're telling here? And then we have editors as well, like in house, that pretty much are badass at just creating short form content.
Nice.
And they just get our feedback, like last minute updates or last minute feedback, last minute changes. And then from there, it's pretty much just posting. So me and my brother are a little bit now more than ever hands off when it comes to content.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're kind of more on the strategy side in terms of like, all right, we're seeing this type of content pop off on TikTok. Maybe we should figure out how we can turn that into something that we can utilize on our brand.
Yeah.
We're definitely now more into like also partnerships out of state. So we did a few partnerships now in Vegas. Last year I went to Mexico City for like business. My brother went to the Keys for business. So now expanding outside of the state has been like a big focal point for us. And then also now kind of like jumping into like the event spaces as well, highlighting not only events but also sponsoring events like remind me the name.
Spooktacular.
Yeah, Spooktacular.
Yeah. We have like a lot of cool event partnerships. I thought you were going to talk about the Raffi event.
Oh,
that we
even
did.
Yeah, that's a huge one too.
That one was cool. Like we did a Raffi lookalike contest,
I saw that. That's great.
which just like blew up. We didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of knew the idea was pretty good because
Yeah.
we had seen these like lookalike contests popping up like in New York, LA, and we have a great partnership with Raffi Law Group.
Okay.
Got to meet him. He's a
Yeah.
real person.
Yeah.
Didn't know what
Best
to expect.
jingle of all time.
Exactly.
Like his face is everywhere. Yeah.
I would sing it, but I don't know if he's going to copyright this.
I know.
But anyways, so we pitched them on doing like a lookalike contest. So just like fun ideas, like things that just tickle our brain. Like, hey, well, what if we did this? Because, why not? Like, why
sure.
not? Like, if it's cool, if we think it's going to bring out the community. And at the end of the day, like, if it's going to be a good time, like, we should just go for it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys got some merch going too, right? We got some merch.
Yeah,
here.
we got some merch here. We have our merch line. Shop Welcome to Arizona. But yeah, Eric, that's kind of like where it grew. It grew from 2 kids, local kids, not knowing what the hell we were doing at the time. And like you mentioned, now from merch to working at working for the Super Bowl itself when they came to Arizona, to all the new hottest restaurants. Just from Instagram alone, it literally changed our whole life.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, okay, expanding this same vision into like different areas, like jumping into bigger platforms, bigger projects. yeah, and I think we talked about this before the podcast. It's just like trying to get that same satisfaction, like now it's about bigger wins and bigger projects and things that are scary, like
For sure.
I think not becoming complacent, even though the success is nice, I feel like there's still that kid in me that wants to create. And I think that's a big part of why we continue day in, day out, just nonstop putting hours into the business, because it's like it keeps us alive.
Yeah. So when you say partnerships, right? When you have a partnership like the Super Bowl, like what does that look like? You guys are going in, grabbing content there. Do you guys like how do those work? I mean, obviously without giving away trade secrets. And
No. I would love to, because I feel like a lot of people, that's what their curiosity comes in. It's like, hey, how does it actually work? How do you guys make money off of this? So we kind of branded the page where we're pretty much like a video. The way I kind of describe our company, it's like we're a video production company, but we have the distribution to back it up. So a lot of the times companies might go to like a video production company and say, hey, I want videos for my restaurant. Or the Super Bowl might be like, hey, I want videos for, to put onto social. And those people can do great video production work, but then they leave all that content for that company to pretty much do whatever they want to. With us, it's kind of more like, not only are we shooting the content and editing the content, but we're also providing the advertisement platform. So we're putting it onto our platform, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, our website, you name it. Like we have different channels to spread out the content. So the Super Bowl kind of just came to us saying, hey, you guys have over 1 million followers. It's all local. This makes absolute sense. Like, can you guys kind of come up with a campaign idea for us? So we bring, after we have a meeting with a client or a company, I bring it in-house. We kind of talk about it, me, my brother, and our team, and we're like, okay, this is their budget. This is some campaigns that we like, some ideas of the campaign. Campaigns kind of pertain to like stories, like what type of story do we want to tell? Yeah. And how can we do it effectively, like in a 3-post campaign? And then from there, I just present it to the client, say, these are the ideas. So we kind of storyboard the idea. We kind of give examples of visuals of how those videos are going to come out like. And then they either really love it or they really hate it. And we have to go back to the drawing board, redo those ideas, and present it until they pretty much are like, this is amazing, let's do it. And then pretty much from there, it's just scheduling the shoots, shooting it with, whether it's with models, with certain stand-ins, bring it all in-house, produce it, and then post it. Yeah. Sounds a lot more complicated.
Yeah. No, long story short, we get to do really cool experiences and just show people like how cool it is. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, that's where people think it's all glamour. So I'm glad you broke it down like that, because it's literally like such a, at this point now, it's like so systemized. Yeah. Right. But man, it took us years to even just learn how to do that. Sure. And then I'm sure people are like watching this like, damn, they pay you for that? Like they pay you for what you just said? Yeah. Which I wouldn't even say they pay for the video itself. I feel like our clients pay us for like the response from our audience.
Your audience, absolutely.
Like that's why we charge the prices we do, is because they're going to get that response from like real people living in Arizona. For sure. And when I say real, man, 10-year journey to get this many followers. Like whether people like your business or don't like it, they're going to let you know in the comments section.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. This place was gross. Like Bianca bought worst pizza in Arizona. Like,
exactly.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah. But they're engaging.
They're engaging.
Yeah.
And that's literally what I told a client recently too. They're like, the metric that we kind of go based off of in terms of like, all right, was this a success or was this not? It's like engagement. Yeah. That's number one thing that we kind of focus on.
For sure.
Obviously, you kind of work it backwards, right? It's like, all right, what is an engaging video? And I think that's kind of why we were able to make it such a success. Is like my brother's like a mastermind when it comes to the algorithm, the what's great content. You know, I'm not at that level that my brother, because my brother's just on a whole nother level, but that's kind of what people are paying you for. It's like, all right, you can create a cool video, but is it going to perform?
For sure. Yeah, well, and it was a great point too, because like, yeah, we can create this cool video, and I've seen like really well produced videos on like a YouTube channel that has like 100 followers.
Right.
And it's all like, you put all this money into it, then it's got like 40 views, right? And it's like that. We all hope that like, man, this video is gonna be just so good. Everybody's gonna see it. They're gonna pass on. It doesn't work like that, right?
Doesn't work that way.
Where you guys have both of those things: the production ability to create something badass, and then the people that are interested in seeing it. That's hugely valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what separates us from like even, I wouldn't say bigger because we're the biggest account for Arizona, but like there's a lot of agencies outside of Arizona that are coming in and like talking to client, hey, let me run your socials and let me create content. But man, they're not tapped into the pulse of Arizona, because I feel like they're just big corporations at that point. Like me and my brother, just two local guys, man. Two local guys that are truly passionate about being from Arizona. So we put that same love into every piece of content that we produce.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's next? I mean, that's, well, I saw on your website, right?
Yeah.
You've got something you're working on that's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, so we're thinking maybe by the holidays, hopefully. We want to definitely do pretty much like this subscription-based model for like our next product, where we're able to bring in our partners and build pretty much a bridge between our audience and our partners directly, where the consumers or our audience is able to get, you know, discounted rates or discounted tickets to pretty much fun activities throughout the state.
Okay.
And the way we kind of thought about it was more about I feel like it's a win-win, where we're able to provide a good value product to our audience base, and then on the top of that, bring in our partners that have been so supportive of us throughout the whole year, throughout all of the years, into this good ecosystem relational pass that we're trying to bridge out. So that's definitely in the works right now, kind of coming out hopefully in the holiday season.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think for us, we're very much doubling down on events right now and our merch line.
Okay.
Which one of those things is like a full-time job in itself.
Literally,
you know?
yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Merch is one of those ones where it's like, oh, dude, people are telling me all the time, like, man, you guys need to have hats and shirts. I'm like, I know, like, you know, like how you have, you know, 40 extra small shirts in my garage, right? And then it's like someone orders, we get like 5 orders. I'm like, shit, now I need this.
And I'm sure you know, Eric, like, man, even diving into one of those paths is like, man, that's going to take so much time investment that it's going to take me away from what I'm doing, right? Like what my main path is. But in a way, how we thought about it, because it's all about perspective, right? How do you perceive things? Like to us, it's actually enhancing the content. Like we're so good at content. How do we enhance it? Which is like, all right, all access pass. Maybe if we promote the access pass through our content, it actually might make it more authentic than it was before. Because now we're not struggling with, oh, let me, you know, throw up a promotion because I'm going to be able to pay my bills. Now it's like, I'm just creating content and promoting our partners, but also, you know, promoting this great value that our followers can receive if they sign up.
For sure.
So,
yep.
Just finding ways to like, man, just produce more great content for our followers.
Yeah, I dig it. And how many, so you're over 1 million now, right? Like between all of your platforms, like, I mean, where are you guys at this point?
Well, we're over 1 million on Instagram alone, but I think cumulative to all platforms just together, I think last time I checked was like close to 2.2 million.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
so
badass.
So 2.2 million followers, and we're always obviously trying to grow off of that. But again, the same theory, right? The higher you climb these mountains, now the algorithm is even tougher to crack.
Sure. Yeah.
Because kind of like I was reading like an article probably like a month ago or 2 months ago when the algorithm changed a little bit, where it was Instagram was pushing smaller creators on the platform just in a way to combat TikTok. Obviously, TikTok, they push a lot more smaller creators on the For You page. So Instagram saw that and they're like, well, we want to do that. So in a way, the bigger your account is, the more your content has to be up to par to like some of the bigger accounts that are like 10 million, 20 million, you know, in order for you to even reach the For You page. So now you're playing on a whole nother playing field. And that's where our content needs to even take that next step too.
Yeah.
Continue evolving.
I don't know if you saw my eyes right there. I was like, Jesus, how do you keep up with the algorithm, right? Like that's, like you're saying he's the guy, right? You stay on top of these trends and you kind of know what's like, because for me, it's like, I don't know. Like I actually stepped off of social media recently. I'm like, it just drives me crazy. Well, I'm 47-year-old grumpy old man at this point. I'm like, I don't need this. But luckily we have, Rachel and Luke from our team run that whole side of things. So I don't even have to touch it if I don't want to. But yeah, I mean, you got to stay on top of that stuff. Like, pretty much daily, right?
Yeah. Well, when I turned 30, I started watching like YouTube videos on what do you do in your 30s?
Yeah.
And like one of the right, because I'm like, well, what should I look forward to? Or like, yeah. But one of the guys that I was watching, he was like, man, just stay up with like new technology, like embrace new technology, use it, and it's gonna it's gonna keep you young.
Sure.
But then, too, man, you'll be able to still know how to communicate with the younger generation, which I think a lot of people miss that.
Sure.
Because as you get older, you get busier, bro. Like relationships, kids, you start advancing in your career. So you just kind of stop playing or like experimenting with new technologies. Yeah. So for me, I had to do that like intentionally. Like make time for that. And thankfully, like a lot of our team is very young too. So like just interacting with them, engaging. Bro, I had dinner yesterday with one of our old interns who moved to LA, but now she's back here temporarily. And then she was kind of like calling me out a little bit. She's like, oh, wow, sis, I thought you'd be at 5 million followers by now. I'm like, well, easy for you to say.
Yeah.
But see, she's in LA. So to her, it's like, oh, everyone's like, up to the latest, greatest. Right. And yeah, it just kind of like made me think, well, maybe there's still stuff that I need. I mean, I was telling you before this podcast.
Yeah.
Should I, like, how do you see it? Should I just stick to this one thing, just keep getting better, or like expand more? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. And like I said, that is the $1 million question, right? And to me, it's just like, it's all about the action, right? Like figuring out like, I had all these jobs in I had over 20 jobs from like 20 to 25.
It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like I'd be telling a story and my friends would be like, wait, you worked at a lumber yard? I'm like, yeah. after Chili's or before Chili's? I'm like, after Chili's, before the mortgage job. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
He's like, I have the graveyard shift today.
Yeah. But it helped me figure out what I don't want to do. Right.
Yeah.
I can't, so yeah, man, just you guys are kicking ass. So keep doing what you're doing. So you like my way of not answering his question.
Right.
I don't have the answers. But no, man, you guys are, you're smart. You're action oriented. You're cool. You're good people. So just, I mean, it's onward and upward from here, man. So
thanks, Eric. Yeah. I mean, I always try to just like stay true to what got us here.
Yeah. Right.
Like having a love for Arizona, wanting to provide more value to our community, wanting to give back. Like we haven't even gotten into our nonprofit work, but we do work with a few nonprofits that we're really passionate about. And then we, in our way, it's our little simple way of giving back to the community that breathed us, breathed us. Gave us life.
Yeah.
Breathe the life into you.
Breathe life
into
us.
I like that. Breathed it. I'm going with it.
I'm going with it, man.
I love it. Well, I think we can leave the door open for another episode with you guys at some point in the future. I love having you guys on. So I have a new idea too, Luke, if you're listening to this one. It's called Let's Eat. I have a new podcast because all of what we do is like the story, the interview, right?
Okay.
Sometimes we'll eat on maybe like out of 200 episodes, we've eaten like 5 times. So I want to do an episode where we kind of talk and get to try somebody's food.
Ooh.
Like it's a little intro.
Interesting.
And then, all right, let's eat. And then we all start eating. And we'll have a chef there from the place, and he talks about our food. So you guys might be one of the first episodes of Let's Eat.
Man, would love to.
I would love
Unless
to.
you don't eat.
I eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we have a few favorite restaurants too. So
Yeah.
whenever we need to set up at a restaurant,
Beautiful.
let's do it, Eric.
Thanks for joining us today for a Taste of AZ podcast. We look forward to bringing you a new episode very soon here. But until then, don't forget to subscribe to our email newsletter, get tickets to our upcoming event, and get a copy of our magazine somewhere. See you next time.